Yo, what is up, my friends? It has been way too long since I've made one of these videos. I think the last time I was doing it, I was in England, so it's been a long time, but I'm back in Indiana and I'm loving it here. So anyway, I want to start getting back into making these videos. And today I want to talk about the idea of priming, because it's kind of been in the forefront of my awareness lately, because it's something that's been kind of bugging me with my own life and choices and that kind of stuff. So, what is priming? What am I talking about? Basically, I'm just talking about the first things that you do in the morning set the tone for your entire day. Like the very first couple things that you do as your brainwaves are coming back from delta, theta, alpha, back to normal beta brainwaves, which is what we're at right now as normal functioning, mostly awake people. I noticed this for myself, and it's kind of, that's the whole impetus of this video, is just, I've struggled with this, and I'm kind of taking charge of it again, but I figured if it's something that's affecting me, it might be affecting other people too. So, I noticed that the first thing I would do most days, upon opening my eyes, would just grab my cell phone and start scrolling on Instagram, Facebook, and just being bombarded with all sorts of crazy information. Like all the political stuff. Facebook is basically just a combat zone of people's opinions, and it's just, I don't know. I don't need to go into my political opinions right now, but so there's all that kind of stuff, and then there's like the world's gonna get hit by a meteor in a couple of years, and like there's so much, especially negative stuff, that's just like bombarding you. Especially first thing in the day, that's terrible for you. But not only that, but I noticed on days where I would do that and start scrolling first thing, all throughout the day, I'm like compulsively checking my phone and looking at social media stuff and my dating apps or whatever. Like I could put my phone away and then 10 seconds later pull it back out and look at Instagram again and be like, what am I even doing? Why? Like, I literally was just there. So what I realized was that I was priming myself to be like addicted to my phone every day. And once I realized that you can also use priming to do the opposite. So now, except for today, I actually failed today, so it's ironic that I'm making this video today. But 6 out of 7 days, I'd say I do pretty good. So instead of grabbing my phone first thing, I try to actively avoid it. Try to get up, get moving, go downstairs, get my breakfast going, say a few mirror affirmations before I do much of anything else on my way down there. And I noticed how much that changes my perspective throughout the day. Where I don't open my phone really, like I'll check to make sure there's no like emergency messages or anything. But other than that, like, yeah, really just kind of leave my phone off to the side. And then even while I'm eating breakfast, I got into a habit for a while of just watching Instagram or YouTube really. And now I'm going back to reading while I'm eating breakfast, and the only thing I use my phone for is a weight to keep my book open while I'm shoveling food in my face. And I notice on days like that, I just feel so much more productive and so much more in tune with, like, more in alignment with what I want and what I want to be. And it all just comes down to that little choice of what are you going to do the first few minutes when you wake up. And it's tough because a lot of people would never think about this, myself included, until, a couple months ago. But it has such a big impact on you, and it's crazy how much better I feel when I don't give into that. And obviously today I did, so I'm still struggling through anyways. We're gonna make it through. But so my challenge for you is just to be aware of the first couple things that you do, because really what we want to do is allow our body and our mind to get back to equilibrium of the beta brainwave state and just like being awake and having your body be, you know, like functional. Before we start looking and allowing all this extra information from outside sources to start affecting us. And just as a brief reminder about brainwave states, in case that's a concept that you're not really aware of, right now we are probably both in beta brainwave state. That's just like the normal functioning brainwave state of an awake, alive person. Now, when you meditate, when I meditate, hopefully you meditate also, but when I meditate, I've gotten pretty good at getting into alpha brainwave state. And what that is characterized is by when your inner environment feels realer, more real than your outer environment. So it's kind of in that like in between dream and awake. So as you're coming out of sleep, you'll go through theta, which is a deep relaxed state. Delta, where you're like asleep, so it starts there. So like super sleep is delta. Then we go to theta, which is still sleep, or just like very deeply relaxed and like not really thinking and being present. And then alpha is where we have somewhat of a concept of ourselves, but where our inner environment is more real than our outer environment. And then beta brainwave state is just the normal functioning person state. And there also is gamma, which is like measurable when people are having like a spiritual experience. They can literally see when it's happening to people because the gamma brainwave state looks crazy. But anyway, so moral of the story, priming can change your life. It's affecting you whether you're doing anything about it or not, so you might as well consciously choose how you want to start your day and how you want your day to go. So on that note, I'll leave you guys for today. I'll be posting more videos, probably. Trying to get back into this. And I appreciate everyone who watches this or comes across it or has been by my side through all these years. Love and appreciate all you guys, and I will catch you in the next one.